This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. The company business in this town is show business, and a lot of people make their livelihood on show business, not just people who are actors, producers, directors, writers, lighting, electric, costume, hair, makeup, but all the other businesses that support it. Cleaners, restaurants, car sales. These people are all making pretty good money, and they're spending that kind of money. And I think it's one of the reasons why housing prices have not gotten the toilet, because there are some people still with money in this town. Heather Brooker is with us.
Speaking of people with money.
Oh, yeah, you're loaded.
Look at me.
Our Emmys correspondent, coming from the Emmys desk here at KFI. Did you attend?
I did.
Wow.
I went, I spent the whole day on the red carpet. Actually anchored the news Sunday morning.
Okay.
And then I threw on my Emmys dress in the bathroom here at KFI. I had rollers in my hair.
Were you the only one in the bathroom putting an Emmys dress on?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see anybody else
Makes
in there.
sense.
I went downtown and I covered it. It was hot. It was sweaty.
Oh, no.
But it was weirdly humid yesterday afternoon. But the atmosphere on the carpet was still pretty positive. Everybody was excited, happy to be there. It's a very jovial occasion. And there's not as much pressure for the Emmys. It's kind of like the chill awards show, you know?
Right. A lot of pressure come with Oscars.
Oscars for sure.
Oscars can change your life.
Yes.
Emmys, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, I have an Emmy for crying out loud.
You do?
So, yeah, I have
for
two.
the Office?
No, I wish. It's not an acting Emmy. It's just a news Emmy.
Okay. Well, it's still
real.
an Emmy.
Yeah.
All right. You should be proud of that.
Thank you. I am very proud of it.
We don't, I know Crozier has a couple of golden mics. Eric, you got nothing, right?
I got a golden mic.
You got a golden mic?
Hey.
I do.
For what?
For the Kobe documentary that I helped out with
Is
Steve
that
Gregory
right?
and Jacob.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We are an award-winning station here
That's
at
right.
KFI.
That's right. The golden mics. Angel has is Angel with us?
Yeah. Hi.
Sorry. I know you get pissed off when I ask that halfway through the show. How many gold mics do you have?
She's out. She's in the can.
She left.
I meant asking, are you there? Are you on the mic? But how many gold mics do you have?
I've got 3.
Really?
Ooh, yeah, you do.
What are they? What did you get them for?
Well, there was some really heavy traffic on the 10 one day, so I talked about it, and I suggested taking Surface Streets as an alternate, and that won.
You enjoy this way too much.
Well, was that up against 405's crowded take side streets?
It was. You heard that, didn't
That's right.
you?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think your favorite one is 710's crowded take side streets.
Yeah.
I
I
enjoyed
love
that.
that one. That's a classic.
Angel's the best.
Yeah, she's great. All right, and thank you, Angel. Brooker, you were there all day. It's a long day for you. Who did you meet celebrity-wise?
So I met Noah Wyle from the Pitt, who later went on to
win. He was in ER, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in ER. So that was about 25 years ago that he was in ER, and now he's back on the Pitt. Huge show, very popular, and he's playing a doctor, not unlike his character in ER, very similar.
And he said something cool, and when he received the award, he said, this is for all the people that are coming on shift or going off shift tonight.
Yeah, he and his creative partner, because it also won for Best Drama Series, which was kind of an upset. It beat out Severance and White Lotus, which was a big kind of a surprise there.
Where is the Pit? What streamer?
I believe it is on HBO.
HBO? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, God. Now I had a total brain fart and I forgot. But
you know what's amazing? Last year, NBC ran the Emmys. I think they switch off every year. And NBC last year aired the Emmys and won 0 Emmys.
Yeah.
So it was a 3-hour commercial for everybody else.
Yes.
They've got to stop doing that.
Well, and that's honestly what's happening with the networks right now. One thing I realized when I was on the carpet, do you know that the only, nothing comes to mind, but the only network show that was nominated for anything, and when I say network, I mean the traditional big 3, networks, was Abbott Elementary.
Really?
There was no major CBS shows, NBC shows.
Well,
that
because
were nominated.
they're handcuffed.
Yeah.
They have to run commercials. They have to legally they can't swear.
No swearing.
They also have to run things back by the lawyers in practices, for content.
No nudity.
Right.
No crotch and butt shots. None of that. They have to play it very straight and narrow.
Right.
But that's why it's honestly so impressive that Abbott Elementary is doing so well. So I got to interview Cheryl Lee Ralph from there. Quinta Brunson was there. The gentleman, Jeff Hiller, who won for Somebody Somewhere, which is an HBO show. There was so many people.
Who is the young lady who loved the Eagles but hates the...
Hannah Einbinder. She's on HBO's Hacks with Gene Smart. It's a great show. It's also a little inside baseball with, Hollywood, but she was very passionate in her speech, and a lot of people kind of were upset by that. But really, that was the only reference of made like that towards anything political.
I thought it was refreshing that nobody got up there and gave us 20 minutes of what they think.
Here's what I'll tell you. I've covered a lot of red carpets, and I can honestly tell you, and I know people assume that everyone in Hollywood is just dying to share their political stance or tell you how to vote. And the reality of it is, these are actors, working actors, who really just want to get up there and say, oh my gosh, I won. You recognize my hard work, and I'm really grateful. They're all just there to have a good time. Nobody really is dying to get up there and rock the boat.
Right. And I think that is partially new because of how many celebrities supported Kamala Harris and then she lost.
Right.
And they're like, why would we do this again?
There may be a little bit of that buyer's remorse going on where they're like, let's just keep it to ourselves.
All right. So the Pit is good. What else was the studio?
The
was
studio,
a big winner.
The studio. If you like shows that are about Hollywood and filmed in Hollywood, this is your show. The studio is very inside baseball when it comes to talking about and kind of skewering the world of Hollywood and how movies get made. And it's really fun. Seth Rogen stars. He won for Best Actor in a Comedy Series. He also won for Writing. And the series won for Best Comedy, which was kind of a surprise as well. It beat out Hacks and some other really great shows.
How did The Bear do? Anything?
The Bear did not do very well. They did not fare very well at all this year. Actually, the studio beat The Bear's record for number of wins. The studio won 13 Emmys, and it beat out The Bear's record of 12.
They won 13.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Overall, I think that is between the Creative Arts Emmys and then the Primetime Emmys last night.
And then what's the review on Nate Bargatze?
Well, I think it's kind of mixed. I think if you know his style of comedy and if you understand his cadence and, his sort of everyman delivery kind of a thing, you're going to enjoy it.
Right.
But he doesn't have that sort of razzle dazzle that people typically have when they come out, they host a show. There's a little song and dance man element to it, and Nate Bargatze is just not that.
He's not that kind of guy.
He's not that kind of guy. He came out and he did his shtick, the kind of bumbling, second guessing and, kind of fumbling around a little bit,
right,
which I enjoy for his stand-up. I just don't know that a lot of people thought it translated for hosting a show like this.
There's a funny running gag with the Boys and Girls Club of America.
Yes.
That was pretty funny.
So that was his idea. He put a little twist on it to try to keep the acceptance speeches down to 45 seconds or less. He said, I'm going to donate $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club. For everybody who goes over their time, I'm going to take away $1,000. If you go under your time, I'll put $1,000 back.
Right.
So all night long, he was kind of showing a running tally. And at some point, I think people were just like, whatever, I'll just donate and make the difference. My issue with that was I thought it was a fun idea, but you're taking away the time from the wrong part of the show. Yeah. When you've got presenters going out there and they're doing a 3-minute bit with Ray Romano, and it's like, do we need this? Tina Fey did 2.5 minutes by herself just to present an award.
I thought Ray Romano's was funny.
Yeah, but it was so long.
But you know what else was I thought really hackish when the two, I can't remember who the actors were, as a man and a woman, and they said, we don't need writers, we don't need cue cards.
Yes.
And that's such an old bit.
That was Catherine Hahn and I think it was Ike Barinholtz from the studio.
Had they not seen show business before?
I don't know.
That's been done 100 times.
I know. Well, I think whoever the Academy brought in to write for this wrote that bit. But yeah, you're right. There's always the bit about, lighting, and then the lights goes off. Or if only we had great sound, and then the mic cuts out, It's a little hacky. But does it need to be 3 minutes long? Can't we give these people who just won an Emmy and had a life-changing moment, can't we give them an extra few seconds?
I think you're 100% right. I think that, and also explaining the boys and girls bit probably took a total of 10 minutes.
And his opening monologue was really long. He had an opening sketch that was really long. And it's like, I just feel like we're pulling away time from the wrong places. But that's just me, because when I win and I go up on that stage, I want to take all the time I
All right,
can.
and lastly, ratings. How did it do?
It did really well. This was one of the most watched Emmys since 2021. It had an 8% increase over last year.
Oh, that's good.
So as much as people want to say, we don't care about celebrities, we don't care what you have to say, people still like to tune in and see what's going to happen. They may have tuned in just for Nate Bargatze.
Yeah. Because they ran a lot of commercials during CBS during the football. And I think a lot of that audience that they got from the Midwest and the South was from him, those commercials during football.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was a fun show. It wasn't, I don't think, one of the best Emmys we've seen in years, but the shows are really popular. You've got The Pitt, The Studio, White Lotus, Hacks. They're all really popular shows.
Where do people get a hold of you on social media?
They can follow me at the Heather Brooker. They can also check out my show, Entertain Me with Heather Brooker, anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Heather Brooker, everybody. It's Conway Show.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Lots of crime going on here in Southern California. Of course, we have Woodland Hills. That's always interesting. We have a celebrity who has had some stuff stolen from her. North Hollywood, and then off to Vegas for another one. It seems to be a lot of crime in Southern California, and it doesn't seem to be going down. Now, I know all the stats are out saying that crime is at a 10-year low, 20-year low, the murder rate's down, but it doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it at all. Seems like it every night we come in, or every morning we come in, we learn of yet another burglary, another store that's been robbed, another home invasion, and over the weekend, there was some more mischief makers out there.
A dramatic scene outside this $2 million home on Kling Street early Friday.
Popping sound, something they were like pellets or something seemed like they were shooting inside.
SWAT teams surrounded the house, ordering people inside to come out with their hands up.
Come outside with your hands up.
Our assignment editors, listening to police scanners, heard information they believed connected this North Hollywood barricade to an intense hours-long investigation into a possible kidnapping and robbery in Woodland Hills the day prior.
Okay, so that was late Friday, and there was some confusion over what happened and do they have the right people. But that took a lot of resources, following these guys from Woodland Hills back to North Hollywood, and then the SWAT team was called out. And so that's one incident. And then Charlize Theron, you know who she is, right? Very famous actor from... What did she do? Grocer. Charlize Theron. Anybody?
Charlize Theron?
Yeah, what did she do?
Hey.
She's an actress.
Yes.
What was she in?
The new now I'm drawing.
She was in Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max. Yeah, okay.
Mad Max.
All right, the Mad Max actress. Yes.
She won an Oscar for Monster.
Yes.
Serial killer chick.
That's right. She's great. Well, she's also without a car.
Played a professional thief in The Italian Job, and now she's a real-life victim. Sources at the LAPD told NBC4 investigates someone stole Charlize Theron's car from her LA home. They said the thief went through an open gate and hopped in her BMW. The key was in the car, so they just drove off.
Oh, that's not good. I know. I have some experience with this. That's not good. I used to have an old Toyota Corolla, and I left it in the parking lot of the mall out in Woodland Hills, and one of my stupid buddies moved it because I left it on because that wanted the air conditioning. I was only going to be in to do a return for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And one of my stupid buddies moved it across the parking lot, and so I called it in as stolen, and it was a big deal because the cops were not happy about this whole thing. But I was young. I was 17. And my insurance company, it got back to them because I had made a call and, because I panicked. And I found out when you leave your key in the car, a lot of the times the insurance company is not going to pay for it if it's stolen. So if you're just running into the supermarket or the post office, don't leave your car running. Don't leave the keys in it, because insurance companies are looking every which way they can not to pay these claims. And that sort of gives them a potential out. So don't leave your keys in your car.
The key was in the car, so they just drove off. The car was recovered, but no one was arrested.
Oh, you got to pull those keys out of the car. Got to get those keys out of the car. Or your insurance company might say, no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. We ain't paying. And then you got to fight them, and then it's a real hassle, a real tremendous hassle. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
If you live out in the Santa Monica area and you notice that the water was pink, it's not a gender reveal party. It is researchers out there pouring pink dye into the ocean in Santa Monica to conduct some kind of water quality experiment. Let's find out why they're doing this and if it's going to help anything out.
Testing the waters off Santa Monica Beach.
Yeah, UCLA researchers are actually using pink dye to check the flow around the breakwater and the pier. KGO News reporter Cara Finstrom explains why.
The pink is most visible from a drone up above, but behind us, what you can see from our vantage point here are the remnants of that breakwater that was built during the 1930s. Because it's low tide, you can see them jutting up out of the water. It has broken down over the years. Today, the researchers out here are using a non-toxic fluorescent pink dye to literally see how water is circulating around it. We spoke with one of them.
The beach is really wide here, so it's like pretty obviously having an impact on how water moves here. It's still reducing how the waves crash here, but we want to understand that a little bit better in sort of the specifics of what it is doing to water circulation, and that could have impacts on understanding why the water quality is so bad here.
Yeah, the water quality. Since I've been a kid, since I've been going to the beach with my mom and dad when I was, 5 or 6 years old, we were always told, don't go in the water near the Santa Monica Pier. Okay, cut to 50, 60 years later.
Oh, even back then?
Oh, yeah. Even back then it was horrible.
Wow.
And today, it's even worse.
Now, organizers say if you miss all the excitement today, they will be back a number of times during the next month. They'll release more dye. They'll continue this work. They say that old breakwater does help prevent beach erosion. It gives marine life a place to flourish. But again, they suspect it may contribute to some water flow issues that trap bacteria and pollutants. So they're just working to better understand what's happening at this point.
All right, so it's non-toxic. It's not going to hurt anybody, but it's just odd, to go out to the beach and see the pink in the ocean. The 6th Street Bridge, which cost, I think it was $400 million to put together. Now it's covered in graffiti. All the lights are out. The copper wire is stolen, and it's an eyesore. And people who live around there are tired of this.
When the 6th Street Bridge opened in 2022, it quickly became one of the city's biggest attractions. Now, a little more than 3 years later, some say it's a bit of a mess. In a post on X, LAPD's Lillian Carranzo with the Central Bureau said in part, quote, our 6th Street Bridge in Los Angeles no longer lights up at night, and it is covered with graffiti.
I wonder why they didn't go solar on that bridge. With the modern LEDs, you can get pretty good solar light on a bridge like that. Or to put the lights up higher where you can't get to them, I don't know. But it's a mess. All those juncture boxes that have the copper wire, they're all open. All the copper is gone. They would have to rewire the entire bridge. Millions of dollars. Millions.
Thieves repeatedly steal the copper wiring and have left the bridge in the dark.
Great.
Patrol has been increased and graffiti removal requested.
Okay, so Michael Monks did a story on graffiti in the 2nd Street Tunnel. I believe it was 2nd Street Tunnel. And the city came out and they painted over all the graffiti. They took that gray sort of, grayish chalkish paint and covered the entire inside of the bridge, and none of the graffiti was visible. Then they came back 3 hours later, and it was back. And 2 days later, it's as if nothing happened. And the cops just drive by, and the cops just ask them, hey, please don't do that. And then they continue painting.
Charles lives in the Arts District and walks the bridge often.
It just seemed there used to be a beautiful, clean bridge, but now you look at it, so much graffiti everywhere.
Yeah. And how's it going now?
If you walk up and down the bridge today, you'll see some of the sidewalks and the bridge's barriers are covered in graffiti.
Great.
And so are the bases of almost every arch on this bridge, too.
Don't you understand we're getting ready for the Olympics? It's almost 2026. We'll then have 2 short years before the Olympics arrive. And we are not ready. We're not even close.
We got the World Cup before the Olympics.
That's
okay?
right, the World Cup. Well, that's a little deceiving. I'm glad you brought it up, though, Eric. It's a little deceiving. There are 108 games in the World Cup, leading all the way up to the finals. Do you know how many LA has?
I think it's like 6?
8.
Oh, I was close.
8 games. 8 games. Weren't you, like, when they said the World Cup is coming here, weren't you under the belief that all the games are going to be here?
Well,
I was.
Not all of them.
I thought every one of them was going to be here. They kept saying LA is getting the World Cup. They never said Phoenix was getting the World Cup or, Seattle was getting the World Cup. It always was LA's getting the World Cup. We're only getting 8 games. And how many of those games being played in the city of Los Angeles? 0.
Yeah, that's true.
0. Not 1.
They're all in Inglewood.
All of them.
And not even the final.
No, the finals in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Where the Jets and the Giants play.
MetLife.
Yeah. And so we got screwed on this one. Everyone was excited about the World Cup. And we're just sort of, we're hosting like craft services. Like we're the craft service of the World Cup. People are going to come here. I think we're going to get one USA game, at least one USA game. And we're going to have 8 total games. And I don't even think we're getting a semifinal. I think we're getting maybe a quarterfinal, and then New Jersey is getting the finals. So that's a warm-up for the Olympics. We're getting the Olympics in 2028, and we're not ready for it. We don't even have lights on the bridge. All we have is graffiti and no copper. And we're ready for the Olympics? Not even close. Not even close. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640 at 5:57. We're going to turn the mics off here and turn them on for Matt Money Smith and the LA Chargers as they take on your LA Raiders. I like the LA Raiders. It sounds better than the Las Vegas Raiders. The Vegas Raiders. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
The Conway Show. Every Friday, we pick a football team to win over the weekend. And the title of the segment is, You're a Loser. And we've had some losers. Richie picked Miami, and Miami lost. Who'd they lose to? They'd lose to
the Patriots.
Oh, Patriots. Yeah, that's right. All right. So, Richie, if you're listening, you're a loser. And then Belly Fro picked the Broncos, and they lost to the Jags. So, Belly Fro, you're a loser.
The Colts, I think.
I'm sorry. You're right. The Colts. Or was it the Colts or the Jags?
Yeah.
Yeah, on that 60-yard field goal that he missed, and then there was the penalty.
That's right. I get these games all mixed up. Dallas lost. Dallas
won.
Won and beat the Giants.
Yep.
With that, man, they that 64-yarder was a 64 yard.
Yeah,
but
regulation.
But that kick looked like it could have gone 74 yards.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Brandon Aubrey's also the first kicker in NFL history to hit a game-tying field goal with zeros on the clock to send the game to overtime, and a game-winning field goal with zeros on the clock in overtime.
Is that right?
Yeah, first kicker in NFL history.
Wow, what a game. That was fun to watch that game. Crozier picked the Chiefs. You're a loser. And they lost to the Eagles.
No way they're winning losing 3 games in a row.
Yeah, they lost the Super Bowl in their first 2 games this year. They lost to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then to the Eagles.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 games to the same team.
Angel picked Pittsburgh. And I believe, Angel, you're a loser.
Yeah.
And I picked the Ravens to beat the Browns. I had a little help with Adam Oslin. He came in and said that Browns are going to lose by 900 points. Man, I wish I had that information confirmed because I would have loaded up on that. But he was right. I don't know how he had that information. I mean, 12 points. Eric and Crows, you guys know this. 12 points is a lot in the NFL to be favored. I mean, those are all professional athletes. And to beat a team up like that is very tough to do. Very tough to do. It was described, football on the pro level was described, I think it was Matt Money Smith that made this analogy or a statement, that if you played high school football, the best guy on the field that year may make a college team. And the best guy on that college team may make a professional team, but every one of those guys in the NFL were always the best at their position, perhaps in their whole city. And they're all on one team, and it's very difficult to beat them. It's very difficult to win a game in the National Football League. All right, so the Chargers are coming up. Are they going to, Eric, are they doing 2 football games on Monday now?
Yeah, well, no, just this week.
Okay.
So we got the Buccaneers in Houston right now playing the Texans. Buccaneers up 14-10, and then we got Chargers and Raiders in Vegas.
Who's favored in that one? Do you know? In Chargers,
1 second.
Raiders. Do you know, Crozier? I don't know the line on that game. Let me guess it. I guess the line on the Chargers Raider game in Las Vegas will be Chargers by 5.
It's Chargers minus 3.5.
Chargers minus 3.5.
Yes.
Okay. I got close. All right. Chargers are the favorite. Chargers minus. So I got 1.5. That's not bad, man, for a guy who just sort of casually watches these games.
If you want to take the Raiders money line, they're at plus 165.
So you put 100, you win at 165.
Yes.
All right. That's not a bad bet. In Vegas, that's not a bad gamble. But, man, that's got to be a lot of fun to just walk around in Vegas. You're gambling all day, then you wander over to the Raiders Stadium. It's very easy to get to. It's right near Mandalay Bay on the other side of the freeway.
There's a bridge from Luxor, too, I believe.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's have you been to the stadium?
I haven't been to the stadium, but I've been to Vegas, and I've stayed at Luxor during a preseason game for the Raiders. I was just in Vegas coincidentally.
Oh, I see.
And the entire hotel was filled with Raiders fans, and then everybody got off the elevator where where the bridge was, and
that's a loud crew.
Big
Crozier, have you been to the stadium in is it Legion Stadium?
I have not been inside, but it does look pretty awesome. It's definitely on a list. I don't have a huge list on that stuff, but that's one of the cool ones I'd like to check out.
I'd like to see that too. We got to get out more often. But it's a great week to be in Vegas. You've got the Raiders playing at home in Vegas against the Chargers. Then you have the big iHeart concert going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Is that Friday and Saturday?
Yes, Friday, Saturday night.
Who's the big draw? Who's the big mainliner?
We got Ed Sheeran playing.
Oh, wow.
We got Mariah Carey.
Wow.
Jelly Roll. Bryan Adams.
All right. That's a big deal. Yeah. And it's going to be the same place at where the Knights play?
Yeah, T-Mobile Arena.
Oh, that is so convenient, man. If you stay at that hotel,
that's
across
exactly
the
where
street,
I'm staying.
Oh, what is that? Is that the MGM?
Park MGM.
Park MGM. Yeah, that's a great spot. All right, we've got to slide out of here. The Raiders and the Chargers are coming up next, and Matt Money Smith will be doing play-by-play. Shannon Farron, another voice you're familiar with, she'll be doing a sideline reporting. So it's just like literally like watching, like listening to Shannon and Matt Money Smith, for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, however long that game goes on. But that's a great game to play here in L.A., where you have the Raiders, a huge fan base here in Los Angeles, and then, of course, the Chargers, another huge fan base here and in San Diego. And that should be an unbelievable game. So Mo Kelly is off tonight. He'll be on tomorrow night. Stay tuned for the Raiders and the Chargers right here on KFI. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.